But here we are. We have this. This is just silly news. This is apparently happening in real time. Leftist terrorist in Minneapolis tries ramming her vehicle into ICE agents and gets fatally shot in self-defense.
Well, that sounds entirely deserved.
Let's check it out.
Well, we got confirmation now through DHS that this was a vehicle ramming situation. They say, in fact, while ICE officers and federal agents were conducting targeted operations, they had the usual scene with the crowds descending on them, and someone, they say, DHS says, weaponized her vehicle. The ICE officer, fearing for his life and the lives of other agents, discharged his weapon and shot that individual, a woman who now, according to DHS, is in fact deceased. Now, I've got some of the statement from DHS saying that this is a direct consequence of constant attacks and demonization of our officers by sanctuary politicians who fuel and encourage rampant assaults. As far as the scene out here right now, you can see some of the police presence. The tape that is up to the south of me right now. There are about 100 demonstrators. The usual scene, shouting at the ICE agents. Well, we got
Phoenix, you're big on rhetoric. You talk about the rhetoric all the time. And here's, I don't know, I would love to hear your thoughts on you just hearing this for the first time.
Well, first, I mean, obviously called that. I mean, we have to hear what ultimately happened. It's very early, so, you know, who knows. But let's assume that it's accurate, and we can make that assumption because that's all we see daily. There's a lot of things that you're not even seeing reported that we do on this show, that there's constant violence coming from one end. So none of this is surprising in the least. And I'm going to say, I keep hearing one thing that, like, this is a slight derailment, but one thing that really chaps the old ass of mine is that I keep hearing constantly, there's extremists on both sides. I'm waiting to see where it is on the other side. I'm waiting to see the video compilations, the breaking news constantly 3 to 5 times a day. I'm waiting to see anything. It exists, I'm sure, but it's kind of like, it's like that. So you're seeing this constantly. The rhetoric, you're seeing this echo chamber of constantly demonizing one side, using the word like conservative as a slur, essentially, to get that into the mental lexicon of like evil, enemy, certain fascist regime kind of idea over and over and over again. And when you're bombarded with this from every single angle in your bubble, it hits a boiling point and you're seeing them react to it. And there's no cool down. I'm not seeing any cool down to any extent. So unfortunately, we keep seeing horrible, unnecessary violence like this over and over and over again.
It continues here as apparently after the shooting, people have stormed the region to protest now, and they're having to deploy tear gas because they're blocking the federal officials.
Watching to see authorities are responding to an ICE-involved shooting. That's how it's being described by the people in South Minneapolis right now. We now have a reporter there. Earlier today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz posted that his public safety team is working to get more information and urge people to remain calm. And moments ago, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, said they are working to get ICE out of his state. A lot going on, or his city. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin is on the ground for us in South Minneapolis. Mike.
And the police tape is up right now. As you can see, it's a several block area behind me that is tied off. The tear gas has already been used because each time you get one of these ICE events or a Border Patrol scene, you get the protesters who descend on it. That has already happened here. The details we know thus far is that the person who was shot is a woman. We don't really know much.
Watching to.
All right.
Can I also say real quick, too, real fast? One thing all these people, I think, fail to understand what this means culturally. If you just let everybody in, and who cares if they're legal or not, like, if you look at the country as a team, we've got a mission statement. As a team, here's where we want to go. Doesn't matter your race, creed, whatever. That's not what's important. If you believe in the mission statement of, as a team, here's where we want to go. When you allow in tons of illegal people who share none of your values, who have no desire to assimilate, what happens is, now you start getting an overwhelming population of people pulling in 20 different directions that is not towards your mission statement. The world that these people are going to get, I don't think they're fully understanding. you're especially for women, your rights are going to go out the fucking window the minute that population is larger than you, and it's happening. I'm going to laugh my ass off if this continues, that the same people who are rallying for this are going to get the world that they're basically rallying for, and watch out when that happens.
It definitely seems like we're on that trajectory right here, for sure. Mally, Kay, well, I would love to hear your thoughts on looking at this from afar and just seeing, these things that are happening in real time. Floor is yours. Your thoughts on these things.
I'm just sick of the left. That's where I'm at. I'm just fed up with the left at this point. I have no problem saying that completely publicly. It's like it's constant attacks on people, and I'm sick of hearing people trying to justify anything that they're doing.
Yeah.
It's radicals on one side. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, I fully agree with like what you and what Phoenix were saying about like I'm waiting for the extreme right to be on the news. Like, because I've been called extreme right. I'm sorry if you don't like the way I yell at a camera. That is incomparable to the countless news stories that are breaking every single day about people being killed or harmed or harassed about their beliefs. I mean, I was called a grandma killer because I didn't want to wear a piece of paper over my mouth. There's only one side of the aisle that has extreme beliefs and extreme tendencies and is willing to act on those things in an extreme way. You can get extremely passionate people. That is not the same as extremely violent people. But I mean, they've already shown that they don't understand the difference between violence and hurt feelings. So it's all a blur for them. That's why they treat us like that.
Well, that was the beauty. They made sure to weaponize speech. So their response to you is that your words are violence. Your words, obviously, now I don't feel this way, but your words quote, are inspiring others. So that that was the loophole they found. It was beautiful. They took ownership of language. Right.
And now they can justify the tranny that killed Charlie Kirk or others doing the exact same thing because words are violence. Right.
I just go back to, once again, my big cardinal sin is I know what a man is and I know what a woman is. And like, because of that, I am seen as, far right by people who are who are the most left of all left. And I know my thoughts are reasonable and common sense. But when you see this amount of fraud that's taking place, it really, it's like the goalposts keep shifting here, where you go like, 5 years ago, everyone goes like, yeah, fraud is bad. Right. And now we're at a point to where you're like, well, fraud is okay if you have brown skin that are not from the United States and you are looking to level the playing field.
Hey, wait, that's me. Can I go do it?
1,000. I bet in Canada, they just have a giant cash register for you.
Perfect. I'm going to go find it.
Right. Bet it's out there waiting for you.
No,
so
it's just insane. Like the amount of common sense things that are now considered just like radical right wing is insane to me. I've been called all sorts of names under the sun for as long as I can remember. It's been at least 10 years now. And I just don't care what labels they put on me. We're not the ones assassinating people in the streets. So don't care.
And I would say stop. I'm sorry, continue.
No, and I was just going to say, like, there's things that all of us have probably said that if God forbid something happened to one of us tomorrow, they would pull that up and be like, yeah, well, she said this or he said this. And that's the thing that disgusts me. And we saw that with Charlie. And that's why I'm just so like, I don't know. I'm just not afraid to say this because it's just, they're going to say, I've seen how people treat Erica. I've seen how people treat Charlie and how they get away with it on the internet. And it disgusts me. It purely disgusts me. You're not a human to me with some of the things that people are saying. So I'm just tired of this like both sides thing. No, it's one side.
Yeah.
It definitely looks that way. And I'll tell you what's interesting about this is, I don't know if you saw this. This is a post from Wall Street Apes. They said a Somali man named Mohammed took the podium in Maine to deliver a warning to the Democrats. If you keep talking about the fraud taking place, the entire voting community will abandon Democrats. He actually says this. And let's see what he had to say here.
My name is Mohammed. I'm speaking today on behalf of the Somali community in Lewiston. Some of you sitting here today, we voted for you. We elected you to protect our community interests, not creating division or go after one elected member from our community. This narrative, if this narrative continues, our community will be forced to re-examine our relationship or political relationship, including our relationship with the Democratic Party and who will be voting in the future. This is not a threat.
This is not a threat.
You're so dumb.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's just blatantly out there. Hey, if you keep looking at us, you won't have a job anymore. Just giving heads up on that. You know, and like I said, I don't care. I don't care if they're Somali or Minnesotan. I could care less if money is getting spent somewhere. And once again, that's going to make me, people are going to take that and go, "Oh my God, you're so racist." Like, no,
this is all so annoying to me. Listen, I know everyone on this panel here. You're all great people and quite lovely looking too, might I add. But what I want to add to this is the problem is that I guarantee you that if someone I'll speak for myself, on my side of the aisle, that someone made a video and showed some pretty alarming evidence of fraud, I would not be trying to go out of my way to damage that person's character, not the journalist. I'd go, no, I kind of want to look into this. I don't like that there's fraud here. And we would all agree, I would imagine, let's investigate that because we want that shit out of our party or out of that our affiliation, whatever. Of course, because that's outside of our mission statement. Would anyone here object if it was on our side, white, black, brown, whatever, or political affiliation? Would anyone change their opinion of what fraud is? The answer is, I imagine, no, correct?
No.
Fraud is fraud. Call it out.
Bingo.
Yep.
Call out your own
Bingo.
side. I don't think my own
Yes.
side is perfect either. There's a lot of
Yes.
stuff that I don't agree with on
Yeah.
my side either. Doesn't
Right.
matter. Just call out the truth.
No, the funniest part is that there is now such a stereotype of, oh, you're racist, you're this, you're that. No, our side just doesn't typically do the shit that you guys do. So we're forced to call you out more often than our side. But I promise you, just like you were saying, we would call out our own guys in a heartbeat. We would, it's not even like turning on that. It's like, no, if you're going to be a shit person and do something wrong or break the law, like you deserve to be caught. It doesn't matter who you are. You're not above the law.
I think that's the difference for sure. It's not turning a blind eye to things.
And I think that's the old left too. It has been taken over by radicals. But I think most normal people, they don't like fraud. They want to get rid of that.
All right, we could talk about this silliness and shootings involving this. Kirsha actually posted this over on X. Says violent leftists have attacked ICE in multiple cities now. Deranged politicians' rhetoric has increased, incensed their people to perpetrate these incidents, trying to blame ICE for being attacked as wild. Their presence is sorely needed. Disgusting, but expected behavior from Frey. This is the mayor of Minneapolis here. We're demanding ICE to leave the city immediately. We stand rock solid with our immigrant and refugees community right here. I'm tired. You talked about the idea of changing language, this idea of an immigrant, right? People are forgetting one giant word when it comes to this. That's illegal, right? The illegal immigrants. Like if you're doing it the right way, once again, there has to be law and order. There has to be law and order. And I think that's the thing that these people don't want. They don't want law and order. They just want a free for all people to go crazy on. And if there's no law and order, you don't have anything else. So what a mess. What an absolute fucking mess. And honestly, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. I think we all see that. Got another video for you right here. Go to watch it. It's a good one.